After nearly 6 years of waiting since the last mainline Mario game, Super Mario Odyssey, we have finally been given the announcement of a brand new entry for the series, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. On top of this just being the first mainline Mario in a little while, this is the first mainline 2D game since New Super Mario Bros. U in 2012, or 2013 if you count Luigi U. That is a long stretch of time, and it's safe to say that I am very excited to see what Super Mario Bros. Wonder has to offer and how it'll stack up to the other 2D titles. As of writing this video, we only have the announcement trailer from the Direct, so there is a lot of room to speculate on what this game is going to include. So today, I thought it would be fun to run through some predictions and hopes I have for the game. You're gonna want to make sure to stick around for this video, because my predictions are always 100% correct. But with that said, if you enjoyed this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right into the first set of predictions. Now this video isn't going to have any sort of strong structure behind it, I'm just going to go with whatever random order for these predictions I land on. I did want to start with the thing that interested me the most in this trailer though, that being the playable characters. From this trailer and this promotional image alone, we have 6, technically 10 confirmed playable characters. We of course have Mario and Luigi, who are in every 2D Mario game, along with Yellow Toad, who's been a prominent playable character in New Super Mario Bros. Wii and U. Now I know what most people are probably thinking, where's the far superior Blue Toad? Well don't worry, despite not being in the trailer, his cap is seen on the box art, so it's safe to say that he will be playable. It will likely be in the same way he was in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, requiring the players to hold the L button to change Yellow Toad's color. Why did they make Yellow Toad the main color despite Blue Toad being far more popular? Who knows, Nintendo probably flips a coin or something. Peach is also playable as well, she has been in the past too, so this isn't terribly shocking. The last two characters though are the ones that I find to be the most interesting. First we'll start with the one that got the biggest reaction out of me, Princess Daisy. This is her first appearance in a mainline Mario game since Super Mario Land in 1989, which I would have footage of if Nintendo bothered to put the game on Nintendo Switch Online, and her first playable appearance in a mainline title ever. Actually, she was playable in Super Mario Run. So yeah, her appearance is really cool, but the last character may just be the most interesting of all, Yoshi. On top of the standard green Yoshi, red Yoshi, yellow Yoshi, and light blue Yoshi were also seen playable in the trailer. Now he's been in most games since Super Mario World, but he's almost always just been a sort of power-up that Mario rides. Now that he's playable, you may expect this functionality to disappear. However, despite Yoshi clearly being controlled by another player in this scene, Mario is indeed able to ride him. This feature is really cool, because now we can kill actual people when we jump off Yoshi. Okay, no, the real reason this is interesting is because this clearly shows that at least Yoshi is going to have unique abilities. I already talked about the riding thing, but we can also see him use the flutter jump in the trailer. I'd be incredibly surprised if we didn't see Yoshi use his tongue as well, so since he has so many abilities, will the other characters have them as well? So as my first prediction, I say probably not. In every playable appearance Peach has made, she's used her signature float ability, so it would be a little surprising if it were removed. I imagine the other 3 main characters would retain their abilities from 3D World. Mario's the all-rounder, Luigi with a higher jump, and Toad with a faster run speed. But with that said, there was no evidence of any special traits for any character in the trailer. Their physics, as far as I can tell, seem exactly the same. That also leaves us with Daisy, who hasn't been playable before, so it'd be a bit hard to say what she might even do. If I were to guess though, I'd go with the float as well. While she doesn't float in the main series, Daisy has floated in Smash Ultimate, so it wouldn't be that much of a stretch for her to do. The main thing is though, why would she have the same ability as Peach? Well, we already know that the alternate colors exist for Toad and Yoshi, so maybe Daisy could work as just an aesthetic swap for Peach. But that's all assuming unique character traits will happen, and sadly, it just doesn't seem that way based on the trailer footage. Now, abilities aren't the only character-related thing we have to talk about, as there's also the question of if there will be more playable characters we haven't seen yet. Of course, I'm not saying the amount we have is bad, I mean, this is the most playable characters we've ever gotten, but hidden characters aren't a new thing either. Super Mario 3D World had a secret character in the form of, But the point is that there could be one or more hidden characters. Personally, I'm leaning towards there isn't, but if they were to add another character, I'm between 3 different options. First off, we of course have to talk about Cringe herself. Personally, I doubt she'll make it in. Rosalina isn't a super relevant character right now, and as we can see by the trailer, everyone could do the mid-air spin, which was Rosalina's unique ability in 3D World. The character I think is the most likely would be Wario. Just like Daisy, he hasn't appeared in the mainline series for quite some time, but unlike her, he's actually been playable before, being one of the 4 main characters featured in Mario 64 DS. Alongside that, Wario has made several playable 2D appearances in his own Wario Land series, so if every character is unique in Wonder, giving him some of his Wario Land abilities is a clear choice. While I think that Wario is the most likely character, Bowser himself may even have somewhat of a chance. Being the big bad in the Mario series, this would of course be pretty huge. You could control Bowser at the end of Super Mario Odyssey using the capture mechanic, so becoming fully playable is totally possible. He would certainly be an unlockable character though. I mean, we see his castle a few times showing that he is in some way an enemy here. While I think he is the least likely of these 3, I did want to throw that possibility out there because playing as Bowser would be really cool. One One last character related thing I wanted to touch on has to do with those alternate colors we mentioned before. Now this prediction may be a bit of a negative one, but I don't see anyone but Yoshi and Toad getting different colors. They're the only two known for having a ton of different color variations, and while yes, Mario for example has been seen in a ton of different outfits over the years, he's not known to have a ton of different colors. On top of that, every alternate color for a character will need to have their own colors for each of the game's power-ups. This may not be something they're very interested in doing, so I imagine colors will be a Toad and Yoshi exclusive gimmick. With that said, will there be more colors we haven't seen yet? We've already seen 4 different Yoshis, and I'm assuming that'll be the max player count. I mean, 4 is already torture, god forbid we have 8-player Mario. So I think we have all of the Yoshi colors we're gonna see, which is kinda sad because I would have loved to see Black Yoshi too. As for Toad, we've only seen 2, which means 2 more could possibly be on the table. The fact that Red Toad has still not been playable in a mainline game is pretty shocking. Since we see a Red Yoshi is playable, I don't think the overlap in colors will be much of a problem. As for a possible 4th Toad, I have no idea, let's just throw in Purple Toad in there. So I think before the game's release, we may very well see Toad get 2 more colors. Now it's time we move away from the characters and talk about what's probably the most popular aspect of 2D Mario games, the power-ups. There's a few things relating to the power-ups I want to talk about, so first let's start with the returning power-ups. In the trailer, we see the Super Mushroom and the Fire Flower. I'm sure everyone around the world was shocked by their return. Besides that though, we saw no other returning power-ups, so which do I think are the most likely to return? Well, first off, there's no way the Superstar gets cut. It's one of the staple 3 power-ups right next to the Mushroom and Fire Flower. Out of all my predictions in this video, the Superstar coming back is definitely the one I believe in the most. Now besides the star, there are 2 other power-ups I think are more than likely going to return. First off, the Ice Flower. It's become a fan favorite ever since its rework in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It works really well with the Fire Flower as that can kill things faster, but the Ice Flower can kill more things and the ice blocks can be used as weapons or platforms. Seeing as the Ice Flowers in both of the last 2 home console 2D Mario games and Super Mario Bros. Wonder takes place in the Flower Kingdom, I think it's got a really good chance to return. I mean, there are a ton of other flowers like the Wonder Flower and the Talking Flower, so I think it's pretty likely. At least I hope so, because it's one of my favorite power-ups in the series. The other likely power-up though is one that has a much more mixed reception, the Mini Mushroom. It's been in every new Super Mario Bros. Title, something not even the Ice Flower can say, so it's a fairly well-known power-up at this point. While its uses may not be even close to as fun as the Ice Flower, it's clear that someone on the Mario team likes it, so it's probably gonna stay. One other thing that helps both of these power-ups is that they played a fairly major role in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which definitely helps these power-ups' popularity. I mean, that movie made like $1 bajillion, so it's safe to say people know about these power-ups. So if I were to take a guess, these 3 are more than likely going to come back. I'm not going to go over every past power-up, maybe that could be a future video, but some other notable power-ups I think have a chance are the Propeller Mushroom, Penguin Suit, Super Leaf, Boomerang Flower, Mega Mushroom, and Cat Suit. All 6 of these are incredibly popular and are seen as power-ups in either the new Super Mario Bros. Series or Super Mario Maker 2. The Boomerang Flower and Cat Suit especially are helped out by that game, since Mario Maker 2 showed how these power-ups can translate over to 2D. Some of these power-ups may also be in the game in a different way than before. As seen with the Elephant Fruit, this game will actually have Mario turn into the animal, so I could see new penguin or cat-based power-ups that aren't just suits. I also could see the Mega Mushroom's abilities being given to a Wonder Flower, as we see it affect Mario's size at some points in the trailer. Finally, the last thing I want to mention is that while the Super Acorn could come back, I think it's less likely than those 6, as I find it to be much less popular, and we see Mario and Peach gliding with their own hats in the trailer. So my final power-up predictions are that these 3 are incredibly likely, and these 6 have a very solid, but not a strong shot. Now I want to take a look at this Elephant power-up because this has to be one of the most talked about elements of the trailer. While the power-up itself is mildly interesting, I mean Mario gets a new trunk attack, so that's kinda cool, but the real discussion comes from the question, is this a Mario exclusive power-up? In New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, we saw a character exclusive power-up for Toadette in the form of the Super Crown, everyone's favorite power-up. The point is, though, that character-exclusive power-ups are a possibility, so do I think the elephant will be Mario only? Probably not. It's definitely possible, seeing as the elephant fruit is red, and that's like Super Mario, but it just seems kind of weird to me to show off this as an exclusive. It looks to be in the first level, too, so I think the elephant is more than likely just this game's main power-up. So while character-exclusive power-ups are definitely still on the table, I just don't think it's very likely for the elephant fruit to be one. Oh, and also based off the box art, I'm assuming one of the power-ups in this game will allow people to turn into a Goomba, seeing as that's the state Blue Toad is in. Oh wait, yeah, Toadette exists. Sorry, Purple Toad, you're being replaced. Okay, those were my 2 big categories out of the way. Now it's time to look at some more miscellaneous stuff. First, I want to start with one that's more of a hope than a prediction, since there's really no indication of this existing or not existing in the trailer. That would have to be a challenge mode. In New Super Mario Bros. U, this was my favorite aspect of the game. This would require Mario to do a ton of different challenges, whether it be to beat a random level in a certain time, collect as little coins as possible, balance on a platform for as long as you can, and so on. These challenges were not only very creative, but also actually challenging. Getting gold medals on all of these is definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to do in any mainline Mario game, but that's what made this mode such a great side mode. If Super Mario Bros. Wonder does not have a challenge mode, then I will legitimately be quite disappointed. I honestly found the challenges to be more fun than the actual game for New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, so I think a challenge side mode should be included in every 2D Mario game. Without it, I think Super Mario Bros. Wonder would take a serious hit in terms of replayability and challenge, so if there is any one major hope I have for this game, it's that challenge mode returns. Now I want to take a look at what I'm presuming will be this game's version of the star coins, being the Wonder Seeds. Now I say that, but we can see by the trailer that they already work extremely differently. First off, the levels we see in the trailer only have 2 as opposed to the 3 star coins per level in the new Super Mario Bros. Series. We also see that one of the level's Wonder Seeds are given at the end of the stage, which as far as I remember, never happened in New Super Mario Bros. Also, I'm personally of the assumption that you will only get the seed if you hit the top of the flag. Obviously there's no way to know for sure, but that just makes the most sense to me. Now I'm not really sure how I feel about this system personally, because star coins are one of the essential aspects that make me enjoy the new Super Mario Bros. Series as much as I do. They give a reason to explore the levels and make the game significantly better. So if there are only 2 per level, with one of them being given at the end of the stage, that's a big hit. However, I'm not too worried just yet, as I think this game will likely take a similar approach that Kirby and the Forgotten Land did with its Waddle Dees. They were essentially that game's star coins, but what's important for this video is that the amount per level varied a decent amount, with the first level not having nearly as much as every other level in the game. Now we know the first 2 levels in Wonder only have 2 seeds, but I wouldn't be surprised to see levels with a higher difficulty rating hide more seeds inside them. Also, while we're on that topic, it seems like these seeds will be able to buy levels based on the scene in the trailer. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some Wonder Seeds are required to beat the game, just like green stars were in 3D World. One other aspect of the levels we saw is the second coin type being purple coins. Now we have seen purple coins in the past, as they were also the secondary currency seen in Super Mario Odyssey. For that reason, I'm actually going to guess that the purple coins here will act very similarly. While normal coins will be used to get extra lives, purple coins will be able to buy things. If I were to guess, I'd go with either power-ups or much more likely Wonder Seeds. But wouldn't that be overpowered and easily exploitable if people can go back to the easy stages to get more? Well, this is where I think a key difference between normal and purple coins will come in. Collecting a purple coin will be permanent, again, just like in Super Mario Odyssey. That might even explain why there are some decimal purple coins, as possibly every stage in the game has a set amount of purple coins hidden within. It's clear that these purple coins are important in some way more than regular coins, as there are a few attached to spots where star coins may normally be hidden. That's why I think they'll be used to purchase Wonder Seeds, or at the very least something important. It may even explain why there are only 2 Wonder Seeds instead of 3, as now people will also have to focus on collecting purple coins. Which method of exploration is more fun we'll have to wait and see, but I think this is probably what they're going for. And if you need any more evidence to show the purple coin connection to Mario Odyssey, these are shaped like flowers, which means just like in Mario Odyssey, the purple coins are shaped around the kingdom, in this case being the Flower Kingdom. This is the closest we're gonna get to Mario Odyssey 2, isn't it? And my final prediction for this video has to do with Bowser himself, as they're keeping him fairly hidden. Now I mentioned before that we saw his castle, but if you notice it's a very odd selection of colors. It's unlike any other Bowser's castle we've seen in the past. Additionally, we get a look at Bowser Jr., and he seems to also share a very wonky color scheme. I'm going to assume that this color scheme is either them trying to use the magic of the Wonder Flower, or they may even be getting controlled by some other entity entirely. So for my final real prediction for this video, this worm is clearly the big bad. I mean, look at those eyes. But anyways, that's it for this video. Are you all mad that I didn't predict what level 3-2 is going to be like and hate this video because of that? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to share your predictions down there as well. I might even do a follow-up video to this at some point talking about your all's predictions and my thoughts on them. I'm sure I'll be making a ton of videos on this game, as I'm just excited to finally be getting a brand new Mario title. But with that said, dry bones for Smash, and I'll see you guys next time.